Man, I keep pushing the on-off button. I double click it. That makes it pop up the video thing. And for a while, it was making that it'll do the emergency call. It's on purpose, and that's why those cops came to our garage. That first video I put on down here, Cape Coral, one of the first, and got me started. Made me go to Cape Coral City Council. I got to meet Lucas and the whole thing, and that's on purpose. Google does it on purpose. It's a Google phone, or it was, and this is too. So I'm just thinking that, man, it's what was it, 4 in the morning? Jesus Christ. They had to come for that. They won't come to the neighbor when she says she's drowning. And she, like the next day, she said her foot was stuck too. So there. Because they're lying. Okay, so this video is maybe going to be called like the meaning of John Wayne Gacy. Or something like that. And I guess the meaning of My Lai Massacre. John Wayne Gacy is like connecting John Wayne Gacy to 9/11 in My Lai, something like that. But and Colin Powell, but like opposites though. So I was looking at a video. I think maybe it's from the last couple of days or something. The YouTuber had recommended about John Wayne Gacy. It's actually pretty good. And he keeps going on and talking about all the different stuff. There's all these other serial killers associated with John Wayne Gacy. This guy, the crew of guys that he used to work for him, and some they go off and kill women and serial killers. All this thing, that thing, and it's like, so it's obviously a setup. Like it's a group thing. He didn't do it all by himself, and he has fucking worker kids. And fucking like stacks of bodies under the basement. So John Wayne Gacy, that was in Chicago or Chicago suburb back in the like early 80s or whatever the fuck it was. And so I wrote a comment that they had sent. So I was in county jail down there. When was that? Toward the end or something like that. And then they put a cellmate for a while. He was really cool for a week or something. They put him. He had been a trustee up in Joliet. I don't want to go Joliet. You go like Joliet. Call it Joliet. And I don't want to go to Chester. I don't want to go to Chester. That's what he calls Menard. He calls it Chester. I don't want to go to Chester. And Joliet. So he's up there in Joliet. And he's a trustee. And he'd do the sweeping, do a broom and stuff, he said in the old days. And John Wayne Gacy was there. And John Wayne Gacy had fancy furniture and stuff. And I get the feeling it's for real. He's not lying. They set it up so it's like the real thing. To just get shit going on the background and whatever the fuck they do. Or maybe get me, like, I think someday or something even. Could be like good, bad, whatever. And he even probably got him arrested for that. He had to come in for a special thing. I don't think he was there. He was a black guy, and he was small, very small, and really cool, and just kind of weird. He'd drink his alcohol and stuff, and run around, and he knew some stuff. People took him pretty seriously, too, even though he's like, okay, so, fuck, they ran a lot of stuff there. But that was for real. And then they're wondering what the fuck. And I guess Southern Illinois will connect to all the Chicago stuff because it's the same prison system. And guys, ultimately they do go to the same thing. And the Chicago guys do come down at Menard prison. That's the one. They say everyone gets raped up the ass. It's like or whatever the fuck. But okay, so John Wayne Gacy. And the guy's saying they had all the pictures. He had files of, like, file cards with all the names. Like he had been selling kids, it seems like, to everyone. Or it connects his businesses. He said that got taken, these big old fucking things, all his files got taken to D.C. and got destroyed at the State Department. So I don't know what the fuck that means. Or just to have that, like that. And so what I think it is, I wrote a comment, and what I think it is they run stuff like that Chicago police and all that shit up there because you can test, or they can, like, either the watcher is having to watch that shit, not break cover. And they run their dirt, nasty guys. They just fucking run them. They had disposable guys who go and get the others to do it, and then it's fucking whatever, just for the fuck. Or which one first, right? I mean, even if it's like that, you get like 10, right? So why would it be a certain guy first? Even if maybe they get past like being scared or something. Or they do it anyway, or they're going to go to jail forever if they don't anyway. That's probably even part of what it is. You know, or they just get them and they select them and raise them like that. They grow them, and like John Wayne Gacy's like creating killers. And so they do that. So if you have a watcher, they just sit and watch for decades. They don't even ever do anything. You just have to know. The different parts of the CIA and whatever intelligence and whatever faction, it's got to be factionalized. And because I'm kind of thinking like Diane, CIA down there, it wouldn't even be. It would be a whole different thing, but it wouldn't be. It'd even be in opposition. Like it's like worse than her or something, right? And that would even make sense how she could be giving me fucking tularemia right in front of everyone. March it up and down to the blood samples. And then the puberty blockers, or they're going to figure it out later. They're starting to figure out as it's through high school. Oh shit, that's what happened, right? And does that go to the child stuff, which they might even don't even care or whatever the fuck. And it's like, then my lip getting bit by that dog is just so too much, if you happen to know. And like all the fucking banana will know that's her, she's there, brought the dog. And took the dog back away after, every nurse in the hospital, he's doing, someone came and got the dog. That's Diane, CIA. Fucking took the dog back away. And they're doing all that stuff. She is to make it, just like fucking hanging it out there. But anyway, these guys will be doing this shit. And it's a test. If someone breaks cover that's like that, I guess I can know. And if it isn't, then they're getting watched by guys who just fucking sit there for that shit. And so it's like that. And then you could if you run across anyone with a mind or something, there should be a perception. Or maybe your ideas. Because you're stressing the living shit out of them. And so you'd even have to not put in people with a situational awareness, right? You can't just walk up to someone like that. With that situational awareness, maybe. Or maybe it is, or I guess they could just have their own thing opposite. It's not really, they think other shit's going on. All kinds of. So there's probably all levels of shit like that. And you get up to Chicago. Chicago is a whole different thing. They run this shit really hard. And my mom was doing the abortion stuff like the last 2 years before Roe v. Wade. So 2 Chicago police officers would come down and drive the woman back up there. So I don't know if that means shit, they have to drive all the way down and back, or they're sort of here anyway there. And then they kind of get dropped off. They have other shit to do in Southern Illinois, maybe. That's a lot of driving. Even just a one-way trip is a lot of driving. Yeah, they probably, especially it gets better. But damn, man, that would hook into all that, and they want it. They want the naughty stuff. They collect it, and you got Obama there. You got Chicago's a major thing. Chicago's a major thing. It's a port too. It's like at the Michigan River, so you can have, all your boats, or they come from Canada or whatever the fuck, and up and around, however they do their shit, And guys, and boats with diplomatic immunity, maybe, or something, or fucking nuts. But, and then, so I think, like My Lai Massacre, so they have Colby doing the Operation Phoenix program, and massacring the villages. Burn your villages and rape your mother. John Wayne was a Nazi. He'd string you up, buy your last ball, burn your villages and rape your mother. And so they're doing that. The guy I knew from down Homestead Pawn Show, the black guy, the tough. He was like he had been there. I think he's military police, probably too. I get the feeling he was in Germany for a while, but they would do that. He said they'd go out and his friends would rape girls down to like age 10. Then they kill them all. They kill everyone. Everyone died, and they wouldn't light a fire. So I think he's there in '72 or something. It's like they're late in Vietnam. But he said that when he's talking about it. So it's not just a lie. They do that and stuff. And he's like, but they do that there, so they don't have to do it over here. And you got to study Richard Ramirez because he's from that. Colby did that. Like first he's like with a guy who did Vietnam, and then that guy fucking kills his girlfriend right in front of him. Richard Ramirez, right? He used to keep his gun in the freezer, and then Richard Ramirez has this more like wimpy peeping Tom uncle that comes and mentors him after that. So he gets the both of them, and he's got peeping Tom, and he's got the murderer, and like the kitchen table before. And he goes off and does a thing. They created him, and so I think they did. I'm guessing they did a lot of My Lai stuff and all that overseas because it works a certain thing for whatever the fuck, and then they don't have to do it here, or they can keep it clean or do something. We're out there. God, it's not being bad. It's like all this shit, psychological shit, stuff with the undercover. They have situational awareness and situational dominance, and people like act like John Wayne Gacy or something. But you gotta remember in the '80s, early '80s or something it was, they had Scared Straight that came out, and these prisoners are threatening kids that are gonna rape them up the ass, boys, like delinquent boys, and they're screaming that shit at them, and it's like on regular TV. No one says anything about it, so it's how it is. Like there's this nothing, and you don't hear anyone protesting or anything. And it seems like it's so appalling that people would just freak, but it's on purpose. Oh, and it's in the age. They probably have a lot of cocaine, and they work everything a certain way, and work any stress with it, and monitor it. Got the Forest Service too. Reagan was running ads for that. Like, I've never been in trouble in my life. We're gonna need your belt and your shoes. He's like, why? I was with my daughter. If you start being careless with a forest fire, you go to jail. Like, it's like fucking Nazi shit. You can find a transcript. Last I checked, you can find the transcript. You can't find the video. That was a really good one. That was in the '80s sometime. But so they'd run that stuff. And then, like, all John Wayne Gacy, he'd have all this fake out. He'd have every business connection. He'd be, like, framing everyone forever. Like, that's his whole thing, to implicate. He'd be like the Jeffrey Epstein. Except fucking worse. And, like, doing all this. And then, there you go. And they'll even be like, whatever, or they get a handle on it. They're like, oh my God, it's so bad. Oh, we're naughty. We burned it all, got rid of, or whatever, or someone on the list, or whatever. And it's all kind of fake out. Yeah, because we had a thing. It'll probably connect. So I'll go to the jail things. Okay, so you can connect these motherfuckers from my experience. From where they say send that trustee, right? Another guy sent a cellie that was like while he was in the other cell. I was out. They took me out to the fucking jail. Was all filled up. We had to go to Marion County for a while. Williamson, but later it was like out at the thing up north, and they're really cool. They're up there, but they're it's like fucking. It's in the flatland. See, the glaciers came. They stopped just above Carbondale or something like that. And so then they don't. Then when they leave, they left flat mud. They like it melts and it floods in, so things tend to be flat like that. And below Carbondale, you have the hills, like where I lived in Macanda. And they've been untouched. Like that might be. They're old, like the Smoky Mountains or something. They're like 60 million years old, or they're just some, maybe not like that, but they've never been touched by any of these glaciers. Not for 100,000 years, any of those I think. I think none of them. I think maybe the latest glaciations were the ones that came furthest, aren't they? Of these. But it's so cool because those hills and those rocks, it's like it's old, so you can really get. Okay, so okay, this okay, too, and they're not even trying to. Okay, so they had the when the dentist killed his wife, like, and they said it's El Rukins or something like that. He worked as a dentist for the prison sometimes at Menard. They said, and so then they're saying he got the gang to kill his wife. And he got tried and he got found not guilty, like that. And then later he died, and they end up catching his son and his friend, and they both went to juvenile prison forever. It's like that. And so when the wife had first died, she's like a few blocks up away from us, or kind of getting further toward the university or something like that. You have to. And my mom was nervous about it and stuff. It's very scary. She's just like found dead in her car, like whatever it is, murder, whatever. Like, really didn't say. They had drove her into town for that, or they did. The El Rukins. Is it El Rukins? I keep thinking El Rukins. Whatever the fuck that would be. And but he got found not guilty, so his son got upset, and him and a friend. They probably set him up with that friend too. They probably worked it. And so I had a friend, and that was over in Murfreesboro. So yeah, I guess the dentist did have to drive in for that. So I was over to Carbondale for that, to wife. But they're over in Murfreesboro. His son was going to school. Well, the dad dead, then they killed him. And then my cellmate said he was in the classroom with the kid. Maybe it's both of them or one of them or something. He was in that same class when the police walked in for their arrest. Here you are. And now, and that's even true, they'll have him like that. So he's a special guy. He got sent. He was in there for stealing a radio, but he only got convicted of possession. Like stealing a radio or a car was just a thing like, please, we need a crime. That's her fake shit. Because this guy came back over from Florida. That's that banana shit. My brother's friend I was talking about, his friend, who is like the son of my fucking guidance counselor, she's beautiful too, wasn't she? And her husband is my guidance counselor, Esther. She's for the 9th grade. And then the other guy, the husband, horrible husband that divorced her for the rest of the time. 10th, 11th, 12th, whatever. But he had stolen a radio from a car, and he needed to put it under our couch just to have it. They need to just have their naughty. They come down to Florida here and been did all this shit. Catch me outside. Fucking man. And he's annoying, man. I used to try to feed him my boiled noodles and shit, and he'd be like fucking dumbass. He'd lie. Because he goes to suck dick and get food somewhere. I used to feel sorry for him. God, I used to get hungry. I'd be walking around, go to Florida and be hungry. Oh, Jesus, man. I got principles. Or something that's too stupid. And they're so, like, self-important. It's not lying, man. So, yeah, so it's probably that fake shit. That fake-ass shit. So, so that guy, my cellmate, he'd been taking a radio. And he had some other priors too, so he almost went to prison. And it was a nice judge. It might have been Judge Richmond. That's a judge my mom put in, right? It was and the judge even said, "Well, I know you stuff like he used to mow his lawn and stuff." Judge Richmond's lawn. And so he got some little bit of jail time, and some probation and warnings, but they had made him go do that to get the fuck in there. Where it was or something. I think it is, man. He's a big guy too. He's a black guy. And he's like really big. He's cool, kind of goofy. Oh yeah, he'd be like that thing. But yeah. So he had the radio, and he got busted for possession, not for the actual thing, because he had gone in the house and then back out. So it's possible that he had picked it up there. So, but he had said, yeah, he was in that. So he said he was in that classroom. So there you go. And he's also the one who said the thing about my friend's sister. Oh my God, it does connect. Oh my God, yeah. I tell you. Like he fucked her on the playground or something like that. Out in Lewis School. It might be like she's running around there, all the way out of town. There on the playground, whatever. Well, she's younger too. And he's throwing that out because my dad asked me about her once too. They lost her, those motherfuckers, the scumbags and the banana shit. Because that's the banana shit. The trashy part. They don't even know all this shit, but the CIA runs on the trash part. But little odds and ends. But I mean, Diane like fucking controls that, but it's some other thing and they don't know shit. But my dad had asked about her before. Something or something. Because she got away. Toto, he got away. She went to Harvard Square and then she joined a Catholic nunnery for a while. Oh yeah. Then went to Haiti. And you think, oh yeah. So she's in the thing that the fucking Hell's Angels, CIA fucking saved her. She looks kind of Jewish too. She's like a fucking... It is that thing that Rothschilds, they're descended from that. Her nose, I mean, I made it bleed once because she gets susceptible, and I had a stick, like a little bamboo thing, a lighter, a reed stuck. I had my finger stuck into it. It was about a foot long, and I flung my finger, and it went. Hit her nose. That's the last time I talked to her. She came and attacked me, and then she got up. And this other girl was like, someone was like, oh my God, you better go home because you got blood all over you. I said, no, it's from her. And they fucking ignored me. And she gets mad because it's embarrassing too and annoying. But I just touched it. Her brother get nosebleeds too. So I don't really talk to her again after that. I should have worked it up, man. I didn't know any better. I didn't know. I should have worked up a whole thing. But she got the fuck away. She got away, man. From these motherfuckers. I'm pretty sure because my dad said this thing once. It's out of place. It's weird. Testing, what the hell, what? And then this guy, right? Man, I even said it. Yeah, so he was sent. And so they had to do that fucking gang thing. Me and sister. It's like, what do I know? Do I know anything? God, I bet that's trying to indicate they don't fucking know. They don't know what happened. Or, wait a minute. Or they don't know what I know or whatever the thing. Because they'd be running it. He probably really was in the same classroom. Over in fucking Murfreesboro. They're over in Murfreesboro, so it's a better school. You know, and you have to drive 5 miles to Carbondale. And it's like, whatever. Yeah, so that's that, right? I'm trying to think what else. With that, yeah, okay. So then, because all this shit will go together, like, new thing. And then they put me with the Taliban over in Marion. The motherfucker was for real, too. I mean, it wasn't that. He was demoralized, depressing. He said what he'd do is he'd drink alcohol. He'd drink his beer, get it like a 24-pack of beer. And he can't, it's like America, it's the ultimate, you know. Here in your Cadillac, your old Cadillac. And he can't help it. He gets this 12-pack and just in zombie mode. And just drives like he's going to Chicago or Texas. And just has beer because he's from Afghanistan. He's all depressive. Oh my God. He's small and you could just torture him, whip him, or whatever. He grew up in Pakistan, like over on the border when the Soviets came in, all these guys, the Pashtun tribes, and so it's like in those madrasas and all that shit. And he is depressive or whatever, but he'd be sitting off in that other cell all by himself, and the other dudes from Kentucky are screaming like about getting raped on the ass. They probably are related to Manson's, aren't they? That dude with the missing front teeth was related to Charlie Manson. I'm sure because Charlie Manson comes from Kentucky River trash. Shit, man. They said when they took him, they brought him to the border. Brought him to the bridge. Drove him all the way over and said, get over there, get it back to Kentucky. Because he was annoying. But he's supposed to do that. Shit. So, yeah, they had all that shit. And then they got rid of that guy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and, yeah, and my brother's friends, the friend, the tall one that I've been talking about, that took the radio. That also took the radio. The one that came to Florida, he broke into my dad's house, too. And stole some stuff. Like he has to do that. It's all that's all their weird shit. You gotta do this and that. Probably Diane and all that shit told him to do it, too. I don't think it's just him. I guess my brother's friend told me. He's like, oh, he had a lot of... I don't know, okay. Yeah. Just to make sure. Because they had got me fucking go crazy, man. Okay, so, yeah, because they didn't know about that girl. What happened with her, man? She went to 80. She went to the thing. Shit. And what else? Yeah, there's some cool people. God, man. Yeah. Yeah, and Colin Powell did the My Lai Massacre investigation cover-up. And then he's like fined for 9/11. They get him all vetted out for that, and he can do the same thing. And they did that, and they work it out. They can do 9/11 because they did the other stuff. They do all the My Lai Massacre, and then they have to be here and do it, or if they just can't. They can have their intelligence, and they have to sit back and look, or just not know. All kinds of weird shit happens. And they have to play the long game or something. And it shows they get weird sometimes. And they fake it like that. Like, oh, you gotta be careful, we know stuff. Or lose the streets or something. Or scare you this way or that way. But, like, they got the real shit. Too. But, I'm kind of going around. Damn, man. Yeah. Yeah, they had to fucking send the Taliban. Can you fucking believe it? I mean, that's back in the 80s. Back in 1986 or something. No. It's like 1988 or 9 or whatever. Yeah. Had to be like, oh shit, 1988, right? Or 77, 88. Had to be like, God, man, he's like that. The Afghani guy. Yeah, he grew up in Pakistan. Over the border. God, man, so he's with all the thing. Man, all like the book I could get. They did this on purpose was it wasn't The Execution or something. It was like oh God, In Cold Blood. Isn't that fucking great? Truman Capote, right? So I just read that book over and over. It was good too. It was cool as hell. And you see, he set him up. Okay, so Truman Capote, oh my God. He's working on, man, to get the hanging just right. Let's get the hanging, put the noose around it just right. He's playing those guys, right? Man. At the right time and all that stuff. God. That is weird. And so, yeah. Yeah, it'd be like that, right? Okay, so, because no one fucking tells the truth, like, what, you got an intelligence thing or whatever the fuck, and they got it so the news media just lies, even when you know it's a lie. No, it's just cuckoo. And nobody's any good. Like, there's not some institution, and there's not regular people that will say the truth. You know, just me. You got me, and I got told I'm shit, and YouTube has to be all the way insane to say I'm a piece of crap. And, it's the bots and lie. Like, that is them. And all the shit. It's just weird how they do it. And they did the thing with Elliot Rodger. YouTube, and it's right, they have to get themselves implicated. Like they did the Elliot Rodger thing. They made him do that. And they worked and they promoted it. And then they could just say it's bad. It's criminal. They just have a video. Then they put the videos back. They give me strike without... And then they hide it. When they fucking did it. They admitted it too. Their fucking bot thing. What was it? Eurasian Tiger, right? That was his name. And they had all this fake ass thing, all these fake YouTube things all going around it. That was fucking YouTube and their douchebag. Because I went and I did them. I dogged their ass up at the fucking Beals Borderland, as I call it. At that Walmart that's on the border of North Fort Myers and Cape Coral. Like all up around there. And I got a trespass order from there. I didn't even put that on. Because that is YouTube there. I think I saw Ma'am at one time. Not by the time they fucked with me. I got to see Ma'am. Yeah, you and probably all these people, it couldn't even be a movie star. I wouldn't know. You could run the guy from a real movie and I'd be such a dumbass. I wouldn't even recognize it because I don't fucking look at that shit for fucking 30 years, whatever the fuck. But they did put Ma'am. They put Ma'am. Jesus, I'm gonna let you make it up to me. Motherfucker, I'll show you a fucking sir. You call me Ma'am again. God. Oh, Jesus, she's bitching. Do you hear that? She's gonna open the door and bitch. Is it? Did you turn the heat up 1 degree? And it's like, oh, okay. Oh, it should be. I'm in trouble. You tell me this. She's gonna open up the door and bitch. Boss's bills and nag, nag, nag. Shut up, kids, you're in the way. Dishes, hammers, laundry, hammers, dishes, and dirty rags. Boss's bills and nag, nag, nag. Shut up, kids, you're in the way. I'm so mad I can slap your face. Have you hugged your kid today? Have you sent them on his way? They love, 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 love. That used to be a TV commercial. Back in the late 70s or something. That was the fucking coolest ever. And you can't find it anymore. I'm not sure if you can find even it mentioned. Last time I checked. That shit goes down the memory hole. You gotta be able to dig it up, though. That was a cool fucking commercial. That was like a public service commercial. Okay, so the technology, well, it's gonna, everything fucking lies, and it just like, it gotta be like, not a fucking clue, and they gotta be acting like it's so crazy. Venezuela, this, that, and it's all the shit I said. The fucking United States runs Venezuela. You look at those gangs, they don't even hide it. That's fucking American style shit. Or the fucking ride around on their motorcycles, they're supposed to hate Trump. It's a joke. All this shit's run by United States, like Iran, Cuba, fucking Venezuela. I called it. And they got their fucking shit, their economy. I think they're gonna, like, they're keeping it this way, crazy undercover. They're gonna have a crazy open it up and like make dirt cheap energy, and then have like all like land rush and everything like that, and crazy shit and building, and a heavy industrial revolution. Remember, I called it because they have the fast neutron reactor, and they could just like act like it's cheap oil, or they just want one of their fig leaves because they just lie, but they just are gonna keep doing it. It's weird, and you get like you can do it like an analogy or compare. You can be like in a culture where people are going to go to the bathroom. We're going to go. You're all at a fancy restaurant. Say I have to go powder. Say like you get even more uptight. It's not a bathroom. It's not that. No, I don't know. I go by there, wash my hands in the bathroom. I certainly wouldn't be urinating, and God forbid. I'm such a derelict, and I'm old. I have to make a puck, as Borat would say. And you could be like, oh, they're all lying. They're all weird. Or you have all kinds of weird things like society, or something that's some country that's really hard to deal with because they have They have social rules, and if people have to be polite, and they don't say what it actually is. So, like, if you think about that, like, they have that, or tendencies toward that. You hear about that, right? So then you can have the news media. You have it here, they're just fucking lying, even though it's not. And so you can analyze, well, what makes people do that, or what are the different forces, or whatever the things. And so maybe the same stuff, similar stuff, or even the exact same stuff works for the news media, where they're going to continue and persist and perseverate with just lying. And it becomes all immoral because they fuck with me about it, like YouTube does. YouTube's all like acting like, oh, we're all nice. If you say suicide, oh, you got to get all warned and shit. But then they're going to tell you to do it and stuff because they get you all soft. That's what they do. Or it's the same thing, or it might as well be. But so you'd wonder. So you have the space satellites. They're supposed to be, by the time Hubble telescope went up, they already had a bunch of those. They're military. They're just as good. They point toward the point toward the Earth telescopes and taking pictures and doing stuff. And they got more and more, however fucking much. And say, like, you go through the 80s, and maybe you have satellites, or you have, like, maybe airplanes are all the time way up there, especially for certain things in other ways. But okay, so at nighttime when you're driving with headlights out in the rural country areas, like, you could just see the fucking from the sky. I guess not when it's cloudy though, but you could see the headlights. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't when it's cloudy, and they could take pictures. Then I guess guys would know, like, oh, they do some weird thing. They know if it's cloudy, you're not getting seen, but if it's clear, maybe the stuff in the sky the metadata thing might be knowing where all the headlights go, and be able to piece stuff together and be saving it on microfilm. And like, you could see how much of that there is, how much that takes. And if there could be just houses all around, and they got out on the gravel roads, and just other things, and they have their maybe microphones, a little counter thing, and that even goes to oh yeah, it'd be back to the oh yeah okay, here on the they'd just be listening way back because that's way easier. And so it's all on the telephone lines. It's already telephone line, all the telephone poles, electrical and telephone. They just got little devices. They can hear the cars going through gravel roads, and they can just count, and it goes in, does something, and the computer can just catalog it and categorize and count. And even like way out in the rural areas when cars go by, and maybe a certain sound, and it'll just add some data, especially if you're out in the gravel roads. But yeah, because they would do that. That'd be one of the easiest ways. Just write up all the telephone lines. But or maybe they concentrate on certain areas, things they care about, or whatever. But yeah. And my grandmother, my dad's mother, like, one of the only things she ever talked about, like, one time, she lied about me. She said I ran her down with a tricycle. I was like 2 years old or something, 1.5 years old. I don't think I was 2. I don't remember doing that. I think she's lying. I think she just is. I think it's like that. And so she can get a little thing and get against my mom and my dad, and get with my uncle and just fork a thing. She does that. And she has her certain depression, from growing up in the old days, going through all this stuff. She did that. I'm quite sure, because she talked about it once. And how it hurt. I don't think she did. I don't think it's true. Like, she told me about it, like, later. She mentioned it once when I was a teenager. I think she's just lying, though. There's a certain thing she works. So you can have your original sin, or I do. That's my original sin. I told that I'd get my dad all tweaked and get it all going, and then work it with my uncle so he can get the privilege. He's Mr. Unitarian Minister, replacing my dad. You know, even more. Yeah. Yeah, and that would be after, like my dad's not going to be a martyr. He's not going to die in the thing, because he was going to, I think. I think it was, because they got a bunch of guys, Unitarian guys that died, and he was just going to be one of them. My dad's like that, and you see how I am. That's like the real shit. That's World War II and Korean War. Like, training, vetting, training, and I just picked it up from him. A certain thing, like Mujahideen or whatever. But for the civil rights, and that's why I get all self-righteous. That's why I'm like Greta Thunberg, like that. Like, how dare you? I get like that, turn the other cheek thing, because it does a certain political thing. Yeah. And there's like, we're seeking our meaning. That was my dad's meaning, and in love with my mom, and even that's kind of feel bad for him. Like, he said he fell in love with my mom. He's like, this guy came up to the line and was beating him. As he went into unconsciousness, you could hear my mom saying, stay in line, keep moving, don't break ranks. And so my mom would have been like, yeah, then we don't have our meaning. And I'm seeking that same meaning. That's why I do all this thing. That's why I was in the ghetto. That's why I do all this shit. Like, there's that thing. We're trying to get it back, but we're getting fucked with. Like, so it's not that, then it's just fucking shit. And then we're in a certain thing and not kind of on hold, and then divorce, just crush, and just like that thing will just crush me out. Because they're running me, and then the fucking whatever part ages out or does something. And this other things, with my uncle and shit, and they're just gonna fucking kill me off. So I'm a weird thing where I'm a CIA kid, but it's like fucking, with a thing, but it's like, I'm like fucking need to be gotten rid of or something. I'm like the extra, because it was a switch. And do some shit, and then they age out. The other thing ages out, and they probably say shit, like all that military stuff, Pratt and Whitney, and all that stuff from my mom. And the parts, the rat line is the rat line too. I think, yeah, that is the rat line. Because I go to her adopted dad. He's a Freemason, a Unitarian, so they got the connection to the thing. Damn. Okay, so yeah, and so I just have it. Fucking lie. I get all the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, like Trump, and everyone has to get all pictures taken of them. And they like let you know it's a fucking lie, because it gets too fucking much. And like they did it on purpose. And it's fucking weird. Fuck. Damn. I don't really get much moving picture, do I? Well, okay, so yeah, they had to. God, yeah. Oh God, so I guess they had to bring the guy. Ask about the thing. Oh, sorry, turn the heat on a little bit. Is that you? Okay, I'm trying to make a movie too. Trying to make it. Man, I get. Man, YouTube has to do this shit, man. Tell me I'm a piece of garbage. Tell me I'm shit, and I'm the only fucking one. God, man, and I tell the truth. There ought to be a fucking thing. How can these guys be running around? Even in Venezuela, they wouldn't know. God, maybe they would. Maybe they know there's like nuclear power plants ones. Others don't think about it. And they work it so they don't think. Jesus, man. God. Yeah, so, oh, fuck that guy though. Yes, that one guy in Marion in that jail. He was like, he's like Charlie Manson's cousin, fucking nephew. It's horrible. He fucking was. I bet he was. Oh yeah, because Charles Manson, if you study that, he does. They were gonna maybe do that in fucking Kentucky, in locally, that would have been Southern Illinois. People come, hey, go to the university. Ooh, high life, and probably be that. And, they used to have the Hells Angels there, all the bikers, all the shit, or whatever. Or whoever, different bikes. And they ended up doing California. They're hoping to have something. That's what it is, and that's why it's so hokey. Like, what is it? Oh, Charlie Manson. He's some fucking weird redneck. Right? And he can do his stuff, and he's cool, but then they'll have all the guys like, fucking Tex Watson or whatever the fuck they'll pay them off or whatever they do to be around. Do that. Be around that. It won't just be, oh man, he's got his thing, his charisma. Like, they'll be told to go there, be there, or whatever, and he gets his thing. They get their help. And, especially the way he's so fine to go back to jail, right? He's like, back to Kentucky. I'm back in Kentucky now. In jail where I go. He's not in Kentucky, but might as well be. He acts like he is. And so they're gonna hoping to have it there, right? They would have had it up in Carbondale maybe. They hit the big time, or hit Carbondale up around Kentucky, and maybe growing some pot, and you get the thing where it is. We're just out in the bush. You get so much marijuana, which I think they never did. They never just had endless amounts. They did some weird shit. Well, or maybe they did. I actually don't know. Yeah. Yes, I was in Fort Myers today. I don't know if I put it on, but this guy told me something. I realized that's what he was telling me. One more thing. Shit. That's what it was, too. So they had 9/11, right? And then it's later so then I get fucking into a thing. I have an internet forum and shit. Was it like that? Or was I still talking on this other thing, or? Oh yeah, I did. I started an internet forum for the Hare Krishna movement. All on my own, and some weird, because I'm self-starting. No one does that. Everyone acts like they pull themselves up by the bootstrap for this shit, but usually there's some other thing, or what happened when you do that. But I actually did. It seemed like that back in those days too. The internet and everything was it was very much like you would just do it. But one time I was over there, and I'm in Cambridge at that place near where they had was Whole Foods. Or Trader Joe's. Yeah, Trader Joe's. They had those at Cambridge, kind of near the river. You can't see it, but it's a few blocks. And, not at Central Square, but you can go out toward the river. Yeah, off on a Memorial Drive, yeah. And you had Trader Joe's. And then you had the fucking computer store, this giant thing with every little doodad, every knob, every doodad. It was so fucking cool. But I went out there, and they booked HTML for Dummies, and then it kept going. It's like everyone's doing computer stuff. But I went in there once and there's this oldish lady, maybe she's 70 or something. She's all spry and cool. And she was talking all this technical computer stuff that she does for the guy. And now I'm thinking it was kind of a setup. But it's even that to keep you going, keep you encouraged. Like, yeah, she's doing that. Because I had an attitude, like I just gotta be, I should be doing. I used to do everything. I used to do, God, data manipulations. I used to take the maximum of the computer. It's hard for it to handle it, but I would manipulate data. I'd take all the big old fucking thing. It's like as though it's several gigabytes now, but I guess maybe it was like a fucking, God, what would it be? Many 100 megabytes or something, or maybe not even like that. Maybe like it'd be 10 megabytes, whatever. This giant thing, I could put it in Excel and sort it, and it's not made to be in different things. I just say by certain criteria. It goes in different cells, or different things, and I could put line breaks. I have to do it in Microsoft Word though. I'd put it in text and then paste it into Microsoft. Save a text document, and that's what I do. And then make Microsoft Word, open it. And I take that, and I could do replace and find, and replace with a paragraph and stuff like that. And so I get all stuff in the lines and get stuff, manipulate, hook stuff back up. I could do a lot of stuff. I used to be really into it in the Excel. Because Excel's really messed up, counterintuitive. And when I learn how to do something, I have to write it down. Like, I won't ever find it again, remember. It's not very intuitive. It's one of the programs, only ones that's not like that. The whole, like, language or whatever you have to do with it. We had a guy from Oracle there. So at the temple, that was a guy, man. And he had this hole on his forehead where you put a jewel. Right there. But he never kept a jewel in it. But they had made the hole. He's supposed to be going around with a ruby, like stuck in his forehead. But he was like, he didn't put anything in there. And that guy was the shit, man. That was way back. God. And so I had the forum, and then
You have a friend.
what? Oh, the cat. Which one? Which one is that, Molly? But okay, so it's after 9/11, and I don't know. But so I had the forum, and I was talking to this girl, and she's over in England, and I'm talking to her. And then I ended up going over to England, but they had set that up. They had fucked with me. Go to England, and fucking just bullshit, man. It was kind of cool. We sit and drink tea and stuff, and it was maybe in March or something, and the spring hits there about maybe it's a month before, or 2 weeks before. Like it's even though fucking Boston is the latitude of Rome, Italy. Like even though it's cold, it's on the east coast of a continent. And England gets all the fucking tropical shits on the west coast. So even though it's like way the fuck up, like Nova Scotia way the fuck up, like that latitude, whatever. Like it's warmer. And so I went over there. And it's kind of weird, like what's going on? Yes, this guy said they put, man. Yeah, I said to Hare Krishnas, and he's like talking to me in the elevator. Oh, they put stuff in the food, like so you don't get a so you can't get a boner. Like that thing that's an old thing they used to say, and that's what they did, man. She did that. I got up there, because I wasn't like that, man. No, I wasn't. No, that's the only time. And it's always like, and he told me, and that's what that meant. Because I'm thinking, where's it come from? No, because I thought that was, except for that one thing, and it was weird. And I don't think it is. Yeah, it doesn't fit, except for that. And so, God, man, just one more thing, humiliation or whatever the thing, everything in my life. Because maybe I just don't do that much for like things. around, but it's always some shit. This undercover shit, the CIA shit or whatever it is. And that was at MI6, CIA MI6. And I went to like, what's that, Heathrow Airport? Is that what that is over in London? And they smoke cigarettes here. They did. And the guy was really nice. He was like, seemed happy that I was showing up. Like he acts like he knows who I am or something. Showing up to England. It was cool there. So that's what it was. It was a setup because they got to be all fucking around each other and shit. And hide, because that's how they work it. Keep your friends close. And damn, man. She said Raghunath Swami had gone there. That's the one he's on. Like he got, they say on the internet he was bad in the Guru Cools, like he was hitting kids and stuff like that. And he had been a Marine, so like he had his bad thing, and it's supposed to be bad or something like that. And however they fucking do it, or it's even is, because I don't even know now. But they did. There's so many levels. There's so many fucking levels, and then because he was cool. He's the guy who's like, he kind of saved my life and stuff. And he'd sing his Jai Radha Madhava. He'd sing it really cool too. He was so fucking cool. That came in there and it was like he was commander. What's the fucking commander? Oh God, what's his name? Kurtz. He was Commander Kurtz. Oh, even the jungle wanted him dead. He was so fucking great. He had been in the Marines for fucking like 12 years. Like something Marines. He's still like fucking super strong. Jumps up and down. Could just break the fucking wall. And had gone through stuff. He has his life traumas. He had a woman he was in love with that had died. And then another time he said he has a story, he's had a bad acid trip and he had to go to the hospital for something, like to go see someone. It wasn't like her dying, but he had his bad acid trip at the hospital. Oh God, man! And then all of a sudden, like it's me and my wife get together. No, we meet in his Bhagavad Gita class. So we're going there every night. It's Rob and Sandy. They go off to the Mormons? That's kind of weird, right? So that's that, right? They're gonna be like that. They're like two lambs, like, you know. And then Mother Sandy, that they talk about in the other thing. Mother Sandy's a triple double, triple double. She's hardcore. That's all the way. That's that thing. So, damn, it is, man. And gosh, she was fucking cool. And she saved me too. And so, oh God, then Bhakti Kevin was there, and he had been in the Marines. He almost got blown up in Beirut, and his friends got killed getting blown up. And he had a science problem. Now I have a science problem. He's like talking about it. Now I have a science problem. It's like a curse or whatever. I got a head injury, but I did. Like I told you, when the Matthew Eapen, that little baby, they had murdered him and found her not guilty. Like, no, he's been convicted. And it's that. I bang my head on plexiglass. Because it's like the shit, some spiritual thing. Kind of. But, I guess you gotta get some water. You're so great. And all that stuff. Get some water. But yeah, we met in the Bhagavad Gita class. Oh my God, man. We're so weird, man. We're all so weird. We go there every weekday, you know, Monday to Friday. I went just about every time. Or my wife went just about every time. Maybe skip once a week. Not on average, even up to two. Maybe on average 1.5. You know, go, or I don't know. We go all the fucking time. Religiously. So it'd just be the fucking, what is that, the 6 of us or something? Me and my wife, me and Rance, Mother Sandy, and Bhakti Kevin, and Robin Maggie. Oh, Jesus. And Raghunath Swami. And it was like, oh, God, man. It was Apocalypse Now. Because I came in there, he is Apocalypse Now. He's that guy. And and so finally, me and my wife got together and we fell in love. And we just stuck together. We like in the moving to a place in the south and we're just there. I mean, we got together one night and then we're always together. And like maybe by the third day, we didn't. We took a break, and then after that we were because we would see, but then we stayed together every single night ever since. And we went to the Sunday feast after that. Something like that. Something. It skipped a couple of days because we're busy. I don't know. Here and there, and then it's like we come and they go, you know what happened? Like, we think it's gonna be all weird because I'm like fucking. We're like doing this because you're not supposed to really. I mean, you have 4 principles that you don't have sexual intercourse. That sort of thing. So yeah, once a month for purpose of procreation, and they do that. And that was a real temple too. They have that, and it's like whatever all around, but. Even though they run it like that. But even though in the old days it wouldn't be. Well, we knew the guy like later, Vidor, he used to have 2 wives, and they both lived at the temple. He had him and his 2 wives. They wouldn't be all in the same room, or would they? I don't think they did. Or did they? Because that was the old days. And they used to fight out on the... Because they owned both buildings. They owned the building next door, too. So him and his 2 wives, they'd be fighting and pulling hair some of the time out on the sidewalk. That was back in the fucking, maybe like, that was back in the 70s, mid 70s or something. It wasn't like that anymore when we get there. So we got to the temple like that, and they said, oh, Raghunath Swami, he's had a affair, like he's like gone now. And like he was going to get a sannyas, like it'd be sannyas and he had sannyas, sorry. He was a sannyasi. And he was going to get his like paper so he could start initiating. I think he always knew there's something going on. He had to play a certain way. But yeah. So I guess the Sanat told us or something. So he kind of he was having sexual intercourse, and so he's like disgraced and he left. And he's temple president too. So he's not temple president. He's just gone. I was like, oh no. He went off. He went to England or whatever. Yeah, he would talk about Interpol. Interpol, that's his big boogeyman. It's like and you cannot hide from Interpol. That was his like the monster in the closet. It was funny. God, man. But anyway, like he was in England. He's supposed to be then that girl. Like her name was Chandrika on the that was her name on the internet. She did. I think it was right. And then she said, "Oh man, he had tried to make a pass for her once, and he banged his. He was gonna like try to make a pass. Oh my god, she must have been lying, right? Because he's over in England. She said that he gave her a ride home once. Or someone gave her a ride. And he bent down like he was going to kiss her. And she was in the car. And he banged his head. And she must be making that up, right? And poor guy. But that's like whatever. And however that works. And like, so he just goes... God, maybe they work in a certain way, because, like, it's like, damn, man. They play that shit hard, though. I got to see him, and then it's not like it's like the inner analysis. Like, I wouldn't do that anyway. Like, except for, I say Mother Sandy, she's go triple, but, like, the other, that's like, maybe something I could think like different. That's one of the reasons I don't put the that thing where I got messed with up at the Beals Borderland it's up at the fucking where the movie theaters and stuff across the intersection on 41 from Walmart up at the Beals Borderland border of God, there's 2 Beals stores up in there, and then at the fucking where the Mam guy was. It was, man. Because that Kava bar. But, like, I've been talking about a lot of stuff, and I didn't think I was going to put it on. I'm just talking. And so that's all the background. I'm not doing shit to nobody. But I'm talking about all this stuff that I wasn't really going to put on because I wasn't fucking doing anything. My fucking wife and my kid, well, my autistic son, he's grown up. He's like 26 or something. I'm just making that up. It's all right. You know, he's like over 25, whatever, fuck it. But like, so I'm just not going to put it on. So I'm talking. It's for my own thing or whatever the hell, or for some history someday maybe. But so I said to myself, but that shows I didn't do shit. These guys are just fucking coming at me. They really fuck with me, and so it's kind of awkward because I don't want to just. It's like if I just start it, it's like fucked up. And you also can't hear what I'm talking about because it's like if I'm yelling to the guy down there or not, or just continuing to talk about my own thing, which I'm kind of doing. Just talking. And so that's why I don't put that on. Yeah. So I don't put that one on. Like listen or something. Probably always listen, right? But like, damn, I never heard I don't hear of him again. Except for that. There's only, oh, maybe she's even dropping that reference. Oh, yeah, because she doesn't know where the fuck he is. Oh, she wants to be like, oh, well, I say. And then they can also listen in at the house. Bug the house or whatever, right? And like, where the fuck did he go, right? Yeah, that's what that is, man. Yeah, that's what that is. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's so funny, man. That's so fucking funny. Yeah, okay. Well, that's pretty good, right?